The Social Security payment schedule for July 2022. This includes Social Security retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, and SSI beneficiaries. I have all the details and the key dates you want to know right here in this video, so let's get right into it. All right, now this is a very important topic simply because it relates to your monthly benefit and when you're going to get paid in the month of July. I'm not sure about you, but I am constantly looking at the calendar for the upcoming month to see when is the money going to arrive. As you probably also do know, the dates do adjust a little bit each and every month, so it is a little bit different for most people on an ongoing monthly basis. Therefore, I want to run through the calendar for you right here in this video and let you know when you can expect to get paid in the month of July 2022. So let's get right into it. However, really fast before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe by hitting that button right down below the video. I am your one and only daily advocate, and I'm here for you every single day right by your side, keeping you updated as it pertains to your monthly benefits, money, benefits, programs, checks, stimulus, and so many other topics out there that are going on right here, right now. As information is changing very, very rapidly, I truly want to help you out in any way that I possibly can, as that is my commitment to you and this community to continue to be here right by your side, keeping you updated and helping you grab as much money, checks, stimulus, benefit raises, anything else we can possibly get our hands on right now. I want to make sure that I'm pointing it out and helping you grab as much as you possibly can. So again, thank you so much for joining me. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, so you don't miss any updates going forward during this very, very busy time. All right, thanks again. Let's get into it and talk about the key dates that everybody wants to know. All right, so this is actually interesting because the calendar for July has actually changed quite a bit since the calendar of June. Like I said earlier, the dates do adjust quite a bit every single month, and as a result of that, you probably want to pay attention to this to get a better glimpse as to when your payment and your benefits will be arriving every single month. So let's talk through July here and discuss when these payments will be arriving. All right, so obviously I'll be working the way through the calendar from soonest to latest, and then kind of calling out those dates when payments will be arriving. All right, so this coming month, July. For those of you receiving SSI, you receive your benefits on the first of the month unless your benefit, or what I should say, unless the first lands on a weekend or a holiday. Well, you sneak by this time. It's actually arriving on Friday. So the 1st of July is actually a Friday. As a result of that, no change to your benefit. You will receive your benefit on the 1st of the month if that is typically when you do receive your benefit, and that is when SSI beneficiaries receive their benefits, is again on the 1st of the month, which is Friday. So watch for that one. If you have it going to a bank account or onto a Direct Express card, just make sure to watch that day, as you will be getting your payment on that day. Now let's quickly go out to the 3rd here. I do know that a number of you here in the community do receive your benefits on the 3rd of the month. Well, we've got a little bit of an interesting situation here. The 3rd actually lands on Sunday. As a result of that, you may be receiving your benefits on the Friday prior to that. So I've seen mixed information down below in the comments section. Sometimes when the 3rd lands on a weekend, sometimes you get it the Friday before, sometimes you get it the Monday after. So in this case, again, whatever happens to be your situation, but if you're somebody who typically receives your payment on the 3rd of the month, watch that day because it is on a Sunday, and watch for it. You may get it the Friday before, or you may get it on the Monday after. So either way, be sure to watch your accounts that day. You should be getting your payment, and it'll either be pending on that day, or maybe it'll be pending a few days prior. That's typically what happens as well. So for the 3rd, those of you, make sure to watch that day as well. All right, let's quickly go out now and talk about some other dates here because the calendar has adjusted quite a bit. Remember back in the month of June, June this month, we actually have received benefits because the calendar actually was earlier, right? So the 1st of the month actually landed on a Wednesday. Therefore, it moved all the payment dates up quite a bit. However, unfortunately, that's not the case this month for July. Let me talk you through this. So for those of you that have a birthday landing between the 1st and the 10th of the month, you get your payment on the 2nd Wednesday of the month. Well, remember that for June, it was way earlier in the month. It happened to be the 8th. However, that's not the story this time. The story this time for July of 2022, the second Wednesday of the month is actually the 13th. So it's 5 days later than June, right? So you can see here, as I mentioned earlier, the schedule does change a lot every single month because of how the days land in the month and ultimately where the first lands on the calendar, because that's going to indicate the rest of the payment dates going forward. So for those of you who have a birthday, like I said, between the 1st and the 10th of the month, your benefits typically arrive on the second Wednesday of the month, which happens to be the 13th this month of July. So for those of you in that category, watch your bank accounts and your Direct Express cards on the 13th. That is when you will get your payment. Now let's go out to those people who have a birthday landing between the 11th and the 20th of the month. Now you typically receive your benefits on the third Wednesday of the month. And again, it has unfortunately been pushed back a little bit this month because of when the days land in the calendar. So you'll be getting your payment on the 20th of the month this time, which happens to be the third Wednesday of the month. July 20th is the third Wednesday for those of you who have a birthday landing between the 11th and the 20th of the month. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the next category, which is those of you who have a birthday landing between the 21st and the 31st of the month. Now, this has also been pushed out quite a bit again since, or what I should say is compared to the June payment schedule. But again, not much we can do about it, but this is where the dates are now landing. So for those of you with the birthday between the 21st and the 31st, your payment will be arriving on the 27th of the month, which happens to be the fourth Wednesday of July. So be sure to watch that date as well, whether you receive it in a bank account or on a Direct Express card. Sometimes you'll see it pending a couple days prior. Otherwise, it should just automatically show up in your account on that day. As always, no change here. This is not like some breakthrough or nothing like this. This is simply just your monthly benefit that you've always been receiving for however long you've been receiving your benefit. Whatever day that you typically get it is going to be that day. However, like I said, the reason I like to lay these calendars out for you is because we can see here, the calendar has shifted a huge portion from June just to July. Now, putting that back into perspective, like I said earlier, the 1st of June actually landed on a Wednesday. Therefore, the second Wednesday of June was actually the 8th of the month. However, you can see here for the month of July, the second Wednesday is the 13th. So it's a difference of 5 days different. So you can see here, that's a huge, huge difference, right? That's why I like to lay these calendars out for you, because the payment dates of your monthly benefits will be adjusting every single month. So therefore, I'm guessing you probably take a look at the calendar. I'm guessing anyway. I know that I certainly do, and I know that it's very helpful for me when I take a look at the calendar to see, okay, what date lands where, and when's the payment going to arrive, things like this. So I like to keep a close eye on that because a 5-day difference is a huge, huge difference. In this month, June, payments were arriving 5 days earlier, and now in July, we need to be prepared because all of a sudden money's going to arrive 5 days later, as it pertains to us, right? Or what I should say is the beneficiaries who have the benefits arriving on the Wednesdays of the month. Now, obviously, for those people who have a benefit arriving on the 1st or the 3rd of the month, then obviously not much has changed there. It's still going to be the same. But when we're talking about the 3 last categories of people who have birthdays landing between the 1st and the 10th, the 11th and the 20th, and the 21st and the 31st, those dates have been adjusted by 5 days. Just this 1 month alone. So that's why you got to watch this stuff closely. Anyway, I hope this video helps you out. As I've always said, I want to break it down for you in any way that I can. Even simple stuff like this, it's the simple nuances like this. 5 days of difference between payments. Well, that could be the difference of having a lot of food left or maybe not so much food left at the end of the month. Kind of get what I'm saying here? That's why you got to kind of pay attention to this stuff because as the calendars adjust, we also need to adjust our benefits, our money, and again, our lifestyles just a little bit to make sure that we have enough to get us by through the rest of the time before we get the next payment. Anyway, hope that helps you out. Again, I'm here for you in any way that I possibly can be. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share this video with your friends, family, social media, and as always, go back and check out some of the other thousands of videos right here on the channel. I'm doing my best to do all this research, break it all down, even simple updates like this, simply laying out the calendar for you. It's still very, very important as it's all combined and it all directly relates to our monthly benefits. Anyway, I hope this helps you. Please enjoy your day. Until next time, make sure to have a nice day, subscribe down below, and stay safe out there. I'll catch you again later in the next video.